All right, it's Wednesday, July 3rd. This is an end of the day SPY recap, kind of a half day of trading. We ended up today with a two up green bar that followed through higher from yesterday's green bar. We were anticipating that or expecting it in terms of taking out yesterday's high, working towards the weekly and monthly highs up here. In terms of the 15-minute price flow today, it was pretty straightforward. First bar green, followed through on bar two for a buy signal. We kind of went up initially, had a little pause that held the halfway point of that first bar. This first push up didn't really take out the weekly or monthly high, so you kind of anticipated another run up, and we continued higher towards our monthly and weekly targets from last week, and then followed through even higher and closed green. So now, the question is, are we breaking out of this range that's been in force? If we zoom out the 15-minute chart, you can see there's been a sideways range for a while. This obviously looks like a breakout. We'll see what happens when we come back to the next day of trading. Do we follow through higher, which is certainly very possible, or do we potentially fail? The good news, in terms of, grasping whether or not we're going to fail, this is a logical pause area. So, I wouldn't be surprised if we, pause in here first or get some kind of look like we're failing, but we have the reference point now of the open of the week and the month here, this purple line, and that's kind of the halfway point of this range. So to me, any pausing up here is logical as we continue higher, and we'll only really feel comfortable, that we're failing this range and maybe getting some kind of downward action, like higher highs and eventual lower lows if we get kind of down through the open of the week and the month, the purple line. So that's kind of the reference point going forward for the rest of the month. If we get a two down day, let's say we gap down and get a two down day, that's fine. You can go with it, but you have to kind of get through that area right there. So keep that in mind as kind of a reference. If we came down and had a two down day and couldn't reach these targets down here and then started up again, that's a sign that we're just kind of pausing at the top of this range and breaking through higher. So we know the reference point for a failure to the upside. We know we're biased until that happens to the upside, and we'll just have to see day by day where things go and continue to look for actionable signals to the upside. We've kind of reached our target here. This was a 3-2 down, 2 up, and we got to the top of that 3 bar. So anything's possible. Again, you could get higher highs and we could get lower lows, but we know the reference points going forward. So let's see what happens. But today, again, expected to follow through higher. We got it. And, at the moment we're closing above the range. So that could be very powerful to the upside as well as we, take this weekly chart, which has had a tough time having any kind of pullback. Maybe all this pausing action was building up enough energy for a few weeks, even higher. So I'm going to bias to the upside. We know where the failures have to occur below this purple line. And at that point, we'll, if that happens, then we'll see what kind of a pullback we might get. But until then, it's just up, 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 and we'll continue to be biased that way.